If there is one genre that almost every gamer has touched on, it's tower defense. Tower defense games provide the most stripped down and simplest form of resource management and strategy. You simply make sure that you have enough money to either buy expensive upgrade to give yourself a higher chance to survive, or enough money to react to a sudden rush by buying many towers at once and upgrading them as quickly as possible. However, any strategy based game will suffer from replayability. Once you find out the most effective strategy to a game, doing it repeatedly will almost guarantee you success, and it starts to get boring very quickly. My attempt at tackling this problem is procedurally generated maps. Procedurally generated terrain often provide one of the more interesting solutions to replayability. You're given a unique and different terrain every time you play the game. This keeps the game fresh and new. However, one of the first issues I had with just like any other map generation is how much it spreads out. Most tower defense games often have paths that twist and turn into majority of the map. This allows majority of the spots to be reached by towers and not just empty spaces in between. Secondly, it felt very flat. Given that the game was played in 3D, I cannot help but feel that I have been given the chance to extend to another dimension. Something Bloons tower defense battles have also been experimenting with 2.5D. The next issues fall under the category of gameplay. See, in tower defense games, having more options means you get a chance to see what the tower has to offer and see how effective they are against certain enemies. With only 3 towers in the bag, there isn't really much to experiment with. Keybinds. Keybinds are a desktop user's best friend. They help you navigate around a software without ever needing to lift your fingers off the keyboard. Reacting to sudden rushes or feeling the need to place many towers down and upgrade them is a hassle in the current state of the game, and it was an issue I needed to address soon. With all these issues, I got to work and started to add more content, polish, and bug fixes to the game, and this is its final state. Terrain generation has been given a slight modification. Overlapping pathways and massive junctions have been removed. This paved the way to better coverage around the map. Since pathways are no longer being able to intersect, the algorithm will have to find other ways to get from point A to point B. Debris and elevation have been added to the map. That gives them a lot more design, aesthetic, and restriction as well. If a rock is placed at an inconvenient spot, you can't really do anything about it, but improvise. The lighting has also been dropped to give upgraded towers the glow that they need to and let their aesthetic pop more. Newer towers such as Torch, Cryosis, and Guardians have been added, each with their own unique trait. Torch and Cryosis rely on their status effects such as burning and freezing respectively, while the portable Guardian relies on its high range and homing missiles to seek out enemies on elevated ground. Due to them being placed on elevated ground, they can avoid newly spawned units from blocking the projectile. Of course, I added enemies that go against the new towers, such as slime units being weak to burn damage, lava units being immune to it. Fast units and lava units are weak to freezing damage, and slow down even more than regular units. Fast units can only be killed efficiently without any status effects by using the homing missiles from the Guardian. Status effects can also be countered by other status effects, like applying freezing on a burning unit will remove the burn effect, and vice versa. This way, each tower has a unique role on the field, whether you are bringing a sniper to take down heavy armored units, Torch to burn large quantities of enemies at turns, or just a cheap scout so that you may save up for more expensive towers.